Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2025 Tim Selinske US Masters Championships presented by Innova Champion Discs. This is a PDGA Major. Leading off, we have Sammie Joe, Liz Torok, myself, Jennifer Allen, and in the booth with me, as well as on the card, Sandi Hendel.
Hello.
We are on round one, back nine. We are at Moon Mountain Disc Golf Course in beautiful Ruidoso, New Mexico.
We are on hole 10, 442 feet. This is a par 5.
Yeah, we're going straight up the hill here. A very, I would say, soft par 5, but with the incline, that is why the par has been increased with only the distance of 442 feet. Mm-hmm. And you can hear lots of thunder rattling. We had the rain starting as we were finishing the front 9 there, and none of us are prepared for this rain. Here we go with Sammie Joe. Almost getting by that tree there on the right side. Stays up top. That could have rolled down that incline a little bit more. It was a little eerie.
It was.
I mean, we are up at the top of this mountain, 7,500 feet up in the sky.
I think we were expecting a delay.
Yeah, we really thought with all the thunder that we would be called down. And unfortunately, we are almost at the highest, farthest away point possible. So we were kind of dreading this either way.
At this point, three courses were shut down for delay.
Yeah.
We got lucky.
So footing is very difficult. Again, probably why it's a par 5, because there is zero run up after your front drive. You're just having to do everything standstill.
I said I'm not sorry.
So kind of a little bit of a blind shot. I know that this big dead tree is just to the left of the basket.
Oh, just amazing.
So being able to get the correct angle for that to hyzer out and go right up there for an eagle look. But as you can see, throwing straight up incline like this, cameras don't do it justice. Big shout out to Ace Run Pro for the drone footage, but it just doesn't show how steep we're climbing. This is where you want to pull up the oxygen tanks for those of us who live dodown sea level area.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought it said love from Jenny. She's like, nice up dog.
Another great bid.
Oh, thanks.
Thankful that that stops. Rain definitely coming down on us pretty good now. Oh, wet chains. You took that so well, because that was a great putt. I think the wet chains definitely little on the left side, just unfortunately doesn't drop in the cage. We actually had a little bit of a saving grace, I would say. Back up on this hole, we were able to hide underneath the Innova canopy little tent there for, gosh, maybe 5-10 minutes as it was really pouring. So it's kind of easing up a little bit on us, but
rain, hail.
And I made a short putt. So
wow. That was beautiful.
Thanks.
We are on hole 11. This is a 270-foot par 3.
Yeah, not quite steep as the previous hole, but definitely I would say plays like 330, 340 going up the hill here. A little bit of left to right, but I do love the design that you can choose either pathway to approach the basket. Going with the trusty T-bird, of course. And just pulls off over there to the left side, a little short. So as you can tell, I usually throw a T-bird pretty far, and I gave it everything I had. Didn't make it to the top yet, just outside circle 1. Sammie giving it a great rip as well. She's got awesome distance.
Yep.
Just outside circle 1 as well, right in the middle. Nice open run at it. Again, letting go just a little early. Catches the tree to where it keeps her towards the middle at
Good
least. Our lefty on the card showing us the other way to go. And the sky is still just a shaken.
Yep, it was scary.
Not really any visible lightning to us, but it just was rattling.
Lots of noise.
Yeah, rattling the whole time. I believe they said the lightning was outside 12 miles, but kept coming close and then dropping away. Hail was being reported kind of sporadically through the area. These courses are pretty close, though. So 3 out of the 4 courses hitting a rain delay.
Oh, Sammy.
Just like on the
Big
front
birdie.
9. She hits another huge putt on the back 9. Birdies are pretty hard to come by out here, so
That's correct.
that's a great hit. Another straddle. I swear in practice round, I didn't have one straddle. I had switched from the straddle because it's very difficult with my elbow pain, and definitely was not excited with all the straddle putts I had today. Solid hit there to save par by Liz. Couple little tap-in pars here. And now we're at about the highest point on the course. We're going to be playing along the top ridge of this mountain.
Okay, hole 12. We have a double mando at 243 feet, par 3.
Yeah, so keeping a nice low, very slow speed disc. We're going downhill again. Does not take much of a shot to pass the basket. So this selection, very important. Again, trying to go straight. Little shaking by the camera there because Terry
Oh, it's so funny. Woo,
right
Sammy.
by the chain. She is attacking this course. Unfortunately, that decided to continue on outside in circle 2. I'm going with my putter again. So trying to find a disc that goes slow enough, holds that straight line. I am totally okay with hitting that limb because otherwise I probably would have been past the basket with Sammy there with the height that I had incorrectly judged. Mid-ranges with this elevation just pull to that left or right side depending on
Correct.
if you're
I made
right
the
or left.
same mistake. Yep.
So as Sandi just revealed, she takes the other side. So we have one righty to the left, one lefty to the right, and they are proceeding to the drop zone here that 100 feet away, maybe 90 feet away. A little bit of a run that you can give it. Lefty has a little bit better of a line at it. I like that. So I'm about 50 feet away or so. Really not trying to give that a bid with the declining green that this basket is placed on. It really slopes off, as you can see. Sammy's way down there. She's been putting so hot, I thought maybe that was going to just, I was waiting for chains. And I think that's what you see the most at elevation putting, just things dropping just right before what typically you would think is going to be in the basket. Sandi taking her breath there as we need to. We were pretty backed up with the weather and the hard holes, you know. So we were getting quite a bit of extra breathing time.
Correct. Which was needed.
It was very nice to have that time to catch your breath in between holes and shots. So unfortunately, that's a double bogey there for Liz. Moving on.
Okay, hole 13. We are at 231 feet, par 3.
Again, left or right is available. You can take the soft little turnover like the drone is following, or the hyzer along the right side. You have to be very careful on that right side. It's a very steep drop off the edge of that tree line. And I would like to shout out the attention over there on the right side. Last year, huge fires just devastated this town, and to see how close this course and several of the other courses in this town were to losing every one of these courses. So so sorry for everyone in this area who lost their home, but we are very blessed that these courses survived and we are able to be here. And I'm very blessed to hit that tree because otherwise I'd have been 100 feet down the hill. So this hole at 230 probably plays at least shorter than 200 feet. So judging back and forth, this course goes up, down throughout the entire round. You really have to pay attention and find that touch. It changes every hole.
You want me to wait for you? Want me to go? I'm going to go.
So both girls outside the circle, just laying it up.
Easy decision to lay up.
Mm-hmm. Sammy coming back uphill.
Mm-hmm.
Those are a little easier to approach, I feel like, for a jump putt, like at that distance. When you're up above the basket, you really have to pay attention to how hard you're throwing it so you don't blow past the basket there. And we all just,
I didn't think you could get closer, but you did. Or
we're okay with pars at this point. Yeah. It's been a long round already. The storms are kind of going away. So the rain is kind of stopped here. Now we just have to make it down the mountain. Everyone tapping in pars.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this is hole 14, 386 feet, par 3.
And it maybe plays about that. I don't know. This is can be a very challenging hole. As you can see, the angle, the entire hole is just so sloped along the side of this mountain. So any hit, any turnover, you're just drastically going to shoot off there to the right side. So the hyzer line is great, but just got to get around those two guardian trees that are, I would say, halfway to the basket. This felt so good out of my hand, but unfortunately just on the outside, and it goes halfway down the mountain there. A little noisy out here. Hopefully everyone's okay.
wow.
Sandi loved the double mando so much that she decided to make this hole just as hard.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Trying to show off her mad skills, as us Canadians love to do. Liz with a beautiful shot there. And that's the key, keeping it nice and flat, because how the disc hits is very important. You can see how this rolls off. So angle on this sloping hole is very important. Beautiful approach by Sammy Joe. Nice being at the same kind of height as the basket. Makes that straight shot much easier. And as you can see, look at all those beautiful horses behind me. There are wild horses all through these mountains. There's at least 15 of them or so. And they joined us on hole 1 too. And it is just so magical. This whole mountain, I don't know. Ever since we've been into town, I've absolutely loved it here. And this town loves us, so we hear. So really love the sport and are out here to support us, which is great.
I was like, I can't see it.
How often do you get wild horses behind you as you're throwing?
Never. And the footing's tricky, but
Yeah, those downhill putts, like I said, I think we're trying to overthink all of these and work on angles and work on speed, and I think we're just trying too hard on a lot of these
I
misses.
agree.
This is stuff that we would never really worry about, and you just kind of overthink it a little bit, as women like to do.
It's hard to navigate around here.
It is. Slow and steady. Yeah. Definitely no rush.
Yeah.
And it's the down part.
Yeah, I think I ranged like 125 and threw it like it was a 300-foot shot. Those horses are just so beautiful.
Even hard to get footing when you're 2 feet away from
I
the
know.
basket.
Oh,
Unfortunate bogey there.
it's okay.
Putter Pouch Sling, one of my favorite new products.
Holds all my putters, my cell phone.
Pencils, mini, anything you need. You can detach it, put a sling on it, use it as a little hit pack when you hit the pitch and putt.
3 discs, throw it over your shoulder, off you go.
Inside or outside the court, let's go.
Putter Pouch Sling. Keep your favorite discs on a quick draw.
Okay, we're coming to hole 15. This is a fun hole. It's 247 feet, par 3.
Yeah, going straight downhill probably plays, I would say, more like 190.
Yes.
If you do not stop in front of the basket, you will not be near it because that is a huge ravine behind the basket there.
That's a great play. Let the tree stop you.
Very thankful for that little standstill putter shot. Stayed close. Liz going with the standstill as well. Just trying to, and it's hard because you want it to go straight and hit a line, so you think you have to put pop. And if you don't, it kind of floats off to the left there. But we are okay with these shots.
Yeah.
So Sammy does look like she's going like a putter a mid, but as you can see, with the height,
It's going for miles.
see you later. Like, that doesn't look like it's very far away from the basket, but she is across a very deep and large ravine there. I would say maybe 100 feet away from the basket now. You know,
Another unstable disc that's stabling out.
Sandy doesn't like to hang out with the righties. She takes her own course. That's fine. So even this, I am so worried about how my putter is going to hit the ground. I want to really try to match the ground surface. And it's so difficult because I would have had to put it with an Annie. And that the footage still doesn't give that justice of how far away Sammy is. This one does a little bit more. You can see she's throwing full power there. She doubled the distance of this hole, I think.
I agree.
And that's how, you know, 247. Wow, that's an easy par 3. And you get a 5 and you're like, what happened? This is what happens. Mountain golf is very tricky.
It is. Great putt, Sammy.
Solid putt to save the bogey. She is really showing off those putting skills.
She's used to that mountain putting.
Another putter. Yeah.
Stacking them up there.
Yeah, you can move mine. I was like, whatever
No
you
worries,
need to do.
no worries.
So Liz and I tapping in the pars. Sandy coming over here to tap in her par. And we are really moving through this course, it seems like on footage. I think it took us a little longer than what this is showing.
It did.
There was a little bit of waiting going on, but that happens.
Okay, we are on hole 16. This is a 465-foot par 4.
Such a fun shot going back down across the valley. Like I said, they did a really good design on short, long, challenging you of how you have to throw the disc. So huge drive across the valley. No OB. We had Terry Miller with the drone footage above my head. And I felt so good. And unfortunately, that doesn't get stable. And I'm over there on that right side in the trees. But super fun to throw so high up in the sky. Liz going with the hyzer route there.
I'm kind of behind the bush. Oh, bush. Gosh.
Key pads a little slick, but everything's new out here, so they did pretty good with the traction.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have too much slipping with the mud and rain. Sammie's got a lot of power. Unfortunately, lets that one go low. So when you're throwing downhill, if you're going back up the valley, you just kind of have to shoot at the basket and skip that area down below to make it over. The par 4, though. And with a perfect drive, I think we could get up there for some eagle look. So hopefully that'll happen the next time we play this in a few days. We get 2 chances. We're playing 2 courses during this major. Again, you can see those little upshots take everything you have. Down from a knee in the bush. Trying to get that up there. I will say playing in Arizona, up in Flagstaff and Sholo, mountain golf a little bit here and there. This footing I find is a lot better than Flagstaff. It's surprisingly a lot of grass. There are some rocks, but it really having that grass with the trees.
I agree.
It makes such a beautiful park. But that just means that these guys did a lot of work. There's no lawnmowers hitting this stuff. So let's give a huge shout out to Sandy's birdie there.
Oh.
As well as all the volunteers that probably had to weed eat these holes one by one. So thank you to all the volunteers and people who put the hard work in to make these courses look so good.
That was a great birdie scramble. I saw where you were in that bush. So that was difficult. And for you to get the birdie, I'm very proud.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was more happy with just making a putt. But thank you.
Yeah.
This is Liz coming back for the par. A lot of these holes, par 3s, are very difficult. So birdie's hard to get out here.
Oh, this is one of my favorite holes. This is a 1,020-foot hole. It is par 5.
I agree completely.
Look how beautiful it is.
Yeah, this is my favorite hole on the entire course. I wish it was hole 18. 2 monster drives with an approach to follow. Get up there to this green, which is a very fast green. It surprises me every time.
Too high.
Wish I could have kept that about 50 feet lower, try to push through that front line. Really makes for a better footing for the second shot. You can get near that
Hang too high.
row of trees there in the valley. Again, like I said, on the front 9, there's very little OB, which is awesome. Like, we get to throw it wherever, and you're going to get kicked, so we're already, if you throw a bad shot, you're already punished. So no OB except for on the first and last hole. So just trying to bite off as much distance as possible. This is a little declining tee pad too, so really kind of forward progress off this tee. Trying to get into the trees out from the wide open. And like I mentioned on the front 9, lots of trees, but lots of room to work. So I think that's what makes this course really fun. Footing so important. Sammie being able to do a little run up there really helps bite off more distance because so many of the second shots out here are standstill. Footing very difficult at times. So on the side of this little hill here, got my Wraith, trying just to punch it in through those trees as much as possible. That Wraith is one of my flippiest discs in my bag, if that tells you anything.
I don't think I can do much better standstill.
Probably still got a 340 or so out of it.
It's still far. It's still far.
Beautiful shot
great
down
shot.
the hill. Huge
Wow,
skip.
great skip.
don't know if she wanted that or not, but man, that was big skip. This is Sandi trying to approach into the basket. Unfortunately, the stability with the elevation pulls her off to the right side there. You would think everything would funnel downhill, but it still doesn't yet. Full flex.
Great shape on that.
Full flex and the skip and roll towards the basket. Beautiful flight. Just doesn't get the bounce and ground movement that Sammie did. So she's going to be out there, maybe outside circle 2. I think I ranged myself at 230 feet away. Going with my putter. Hit in front of the basket, thought it stayed.
What a putter skip.
And there I am, way outside circle. Very difficult to slow down around this green. Comes Sandi in the backside. She also gets some major ground play. So see a little bit of that slope still passing the basket. It just doesn't look like it's going to play that fast.
But it does.
It does. We proved that.
Yeah.
So Sandi trying to save par.
Yeah.
Can't get it around the tree. I kept trying to decide. I'm like, do I want to putt this? Do I want to jump putt this? Because it's right on the edge. Felt so good and just drops out of the sky. So much for the birdie there. Par's good. Bam!
Great
Solid
birdie, Sammie.
putt from Sammie. So you just got to be up above the basket a little bit, and then it putts normal.
Right.
I see that trick.
Next round.
Yeah.
Next round.
Landing short. Liz putting in that bogey. Can't even get it. I'm too tired. I don't even care. I'm going to leave it. You're going to leave it.
Oh.
Dang it.
I don't know if they shot that commercial here or not, but
That was awesome. So we are on hole 18, last hole, 538 feet, par 4.
you can see the sloping entire all the way down this fairway to the green. Coming off the mountain here, trying to get out there in front as much as possible. The OB does come into play down at the parking lot, so that height can be dangerous. It's really hard to stop that disc if you get it up in the air like that. So off the tee, you really want to make sure matching the slope of the ground there and trying to keep that nose down. I'm using an understable disc to try to fight the pull of gravity down that hill. Catch that last tree. It's going to leave me a couple 100 feet left to the basket. Lefty pulls one.
Yes.
And the
Yep.
kick.
Still safe.
Still safe.
Still safe.
Liz had pretty decent height, but just runs out of speed. The velocity slowed down enough that the gravity sucked it down there to the left side. So now they're going to be shooting back up the hill. Andy going around the outside. Gets it all the way up to the green. Great second shot. I find the approach on this pretty difficult. Like,
The approach, I think, is
it's a
better on
tricky
the
green.
left-hand side.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tricky green for sure. Sammie giving it a pump and plays it to the right side of the basket, so pulls it down. Beautiful shot. Smart play there. Cannot aim at the basket because it will not stay there. I'm hyzering that AVR in there. Stays pretty close. Ooh, nice little kind of soft bid there. Gonna leave her a tap in par, I believe. Sandi smashing the birdie to finish the round. That's gonna finish her at 4 over for the day. Solid putting all day long by Sammie. Finishes with a birdie and 1 under, I believe. Kept wanting to go to this stupid straddle because of the footing. And I just looked at this and I was like, gosh dang, this is the same distance I missed 2 short putts. And I didn't care about my footing. I am not straddling this silly thing. So did not want to give up one more birdie on this course.
Dang straddles.
That birdie's going to put me at 4 under for the round. Frustrated for leaving several easy ones out there, but excited for one more round here.
Yeah.
Liz finishing up at 7 over for the day. Let's check out the leaderboard. Sandra Richardson coming in along with Sammy Joe at 1 under, and Lisa Fakis, her first Masters major appearance, going to round out the lead card at 1 over. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you for round 2 tomorrow.